Right, let's talk about this one then. The Amazon Prime TV show, The Boys. Now, you might be wondering, what is a Christian doing watching a bloody, gory, violent TV show which has got so much wrong with it, out there, sexual scenes, and there is so much wrong with it that we could go into, I could write an essay on it. And there's probably Christians out there who are probably looking down on me right now thinking, you're not really representing us Christians very well right now, not representing the church, not representing Jesus right now. I hear you, I'm there with you. This is something me and my wife have been wrestling with for quite some time. When we started watching season 1, we wrestled with the idea, thinking, actually, is this any good for us, walking with Jesus and watching this show? And obviously, but we've then carried on and we finished season 2. So I think I can create another video just talking about my journey in kind of that sort of wrestle, but I don't want to discuss that right here. I just want to kind of dive straight in and talk about what The Boys is actually about, and I want to just cover this one theme, of the topic of vengeance, and what kind of me as a Christian sees as a subject of vengeance. So let's just head straight in. So The Boys, basically the premise is, it's literally got these superheroes who aren't really superheroes in the way that they're really powerful, but they're easily corrupt, and basically they're quite evil in their own right. They put on this big massive show in front of people, in front of the public, but behind the scenes they're killing people left, right and centre. Basically they're going against these guys. But obviously they're doing it in a completely wrong way. They're basically seeking vengeance because a couple of their family members and friends have been killed by these guys' mistakes, by the superheroes' mistakes. But yeah, so vengeance in itself, I think we all have quite a judgmental side of us. We want to, if we're done wrong by someone, we want that person to receive justice in some way. And that is right. We should, we've been created, I believe, by God to seek justice, to seek put wrong things and put them right. And that's why we do have a criminal justice system. That's why it is there in the first place. Obviously, it's not completely trustworthy. There are problems and flaws with that as well. But obviously, this is what the whole TV show touches on, this topic of vengeance, eye for an eye sort of thing. And people will take that out of context. Obviously, eye for an eye comes from the Old Testament, and it basically, people take that to mean as if, if someone does wrong by me, I can then do the same back to them. Whether it is, if they bully me, I can bully them back. If they name call me, I can insult them back and forth, here we go. But obviously we know that it just ends in a vicious cycle. And the principle in the Old Testament was meant to be used in a court of law, and it was, and then the courts would then make a system based on that one premise. So it wasn't for personal, to take on personally, but to rely on the court system, and then for them to take hold of that, and then basically make sure justice prevails. So I pray that the Christians who are out there that may be thinking, oh, that's quite a sort of obscure verse, especially when Jesus says, love your neighbours as you love yourself, and even love your enemies, even when they persecute them, you still love them. There's not a contradictory message there. It's just in a completely different context altogether. So here, with The Boys, they're just constantly out to get each other, and it even divides their own group at times as well, in both season 1 and season 2. So if we are being, whether we've been insulted or name called, especially on the days of social media nowadays, we've got Instagram, Facebook, when people can hide behind the screen, vent everything, with what's happening in America with the left and the right, and just constant conflict all the time. We face battles here and there every day, but vengeance, it always ends up with someone getting hurt in some sort of way. So I think we have to pursue justice in a biblical way. I'm going to cover justice in part 2 of this video, basically. But vengeance, I'm taking this personally because I still have massive problems with wanting people to receive, justice for what's been done wrong, either within my family or within my friendship circles. But we have to, I think we have to be humbled, and we have to seek God and realise actually we're just as much capable of doing harm as receiving harm. So I pray that this might encourage you, this might provoke you and challenge you and inspire you, It's a very tough subject to follow, and we could talk about it for a long time, but I want to keep this as short and concise as possible. I want to have a conversation about this, so please message me, comment on this video below about what you think about vengeance and where you've seen vengeance in your personal life, and maybe how you've encountered vengeance as well, and how you've wrestled with it. I would love to hear your stories. So yeah, I pray that God will keep you safe during this time. May He bless you, and may He encourage you, provoke you, inspire you, and to engage with the culture, with film and TV, and connect with Jesus.